Hi guys, this is Vineet, and in today's video we will talk about model database in SQL Server. We'll provide an overview of model database in SQL Server. Before we proceed ahead, I would request you guys to please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, as subscribing gives us huge motivation to create new videos for you and for other SQL professionals. Right now I have around like 323 subscribers on my channel, so I want the subscriber count somewhere near 500 subscriber. So please show us your love and support, and please do subscribe to this channel. And right now I have around like 132 videos that are published on my channel, so you can watch them out. And if you look at the graphic on the right hand side, we see that out of any 100 viewers that are watching our videos, only 4% of them are subscribing to our channel. So we need good participation and subscription, so please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Right below this arrow you will see a subscribe button. Click on that subscribe button. You will get a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. This is a simple thumbnail, graphic thumbnail showing you how you can click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon and to get notified regarding my future videos. Now there are some points to remember. Please watch this video till the end to gain better clarity of the concept, and if possible for you, please watch this video twice. Perform any exercises mentioned in the video in your test and lab environments only. Do not touch any production environments or production databases. And we would love to know your thoughts regarding our videos, so please share your comments. In case you need the PDF copy of the notes associated with this video, you can download them so by paying a nominal fee. The notes are available at the link given below. I've also included this link in the description of this video, so check it out. Also, I have multiple playlists to watch. First one is the database design playlist, which contains more than 30 videos, so you can watch those videos out from the link mentioned here. And also I have another playlist on business continuity videos. That list contains more than 45 videos, so you can watch that playlist as well. Link is also mentioned. I will include both the links in the description of this video as well. And apart from that, I have a channel page link, which is youtube.com/SQL Talks by Vineet. You can access my channel page from there. And there's a subscribe button as well. You can click on the subscribe button, click on the bell icon after that, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. Now, if you have any questions related to SQL Server, you may ask them so by paying a nominal fee of INR 500 for a single question at the below link, the topme.io link. The link is also included in the description, so you can check it out. Apart from that, and if you need any help in writing your profile while preparing your resume, I am available for consultation with an hourly charge of INR 1000. You may avail this service by going to the link given below, and this link is also included in the description. Now let's come back to our topic, which is model database in SQL Server. Let's quickly go to my notes. Let's start the discussion. Selecting my pen pointer. Alright, so let's start. So today we are going to discuss model database. So model database is used as a template for all the databases or all the user databases that are created on an instance of SQL Server. So this model database is used as a template for any new databases, new users databases that we create on SQL Server. It acts as a template. Now, whenever we start SQL Server or SQL Server Management Studio, basically here we are talking about the SQL Server service specifically. Let me show you what the service is. So services, if you go to, there are certain services associated with SQL Server. So if I select SQL Server over here, so I have two instances of SQL Server running over here. This one is the default instance. This is a named instance. Instance 2019 is the named instance. So we are running two instances of SQL Server on this machine. So whenever this service is restarted, whenever this service is restarted, tempdb gets recreated every time the service is restarted. So because tempdb is created every time SQL Server service is restarted, the model database must always exist on a SQL Server system. So model database should always be present on the SQL Server system, because whenever the SQL Server service is restarted, tempdb database is rebuilt altogether. So if the model database is not there, this SQL Server will not be able to build tempdb at that time and will ultimately fail to start. The entire contents of the model database, including database options, are copied to the new database. So whenever a new database is created, for example a new user database, say student, maybe some database, for example we can take, like we created MyDB, it's a database. So whenever a new database we create on the system, the entire contents of the model database, including any database options, are copied to the new database. So this is what happens when you create a new database. The model database acts as template for any new database, or template for creation of any new database. Now newly created databases use the same recovery model as the model database. So let's check the recovery model of a model database. So if you go to properties of model database here, go to options to check the recovery model. So model database uses the full recovery model. So whenever we create a new database, that will also use the full recovery model from as per the model database definition. Now let's go back to notes. So newly created databases use the same recovery model as the model database. Now the default is user configurable. So definitely the new user database got created with the full recovery model, but yeah, later on we can change the recovery model as well. So the recovery model of a database is configurable later on. If you modify the model database with the user specific template information, we recommend that you backup model. So if we are making any changes to our model database, the recommendation is to backup that model database first. Now let's talk about the usage of model database. So when a create database statement is issued to create a new database, the first part of the database is created by copying the entire contents of the model database. So whenever we try to create a new database in system, and we can create databases using the create database statement. So whenever this particular statement is issued, the first part of our new database is created by copying the contents of the model database, and the rest of the new database is then filled with the empty pages. So our new database consists of entire contents of the model database and any empty pages. If you modify the model database, so if we make any modifications to the model database, all the databases that are created afterwards, after the changes were made to the model database, will inherit those changes. An example is, you could set permissions or database options on the model database, or add objects such as table functions or stored procedures on a model database. File properties of the model database are an exception. So these are exceptions. So any changes made to the file properties of model database do not get copied to a new database. Except apart from that, yeah, any permissions or any database options we set, any objects we add, such as table functions or stored procedure, they do get copied to a new database. But only properties of a particular properties of the model database, basically specifically the file properties of a model database, are an exception and do not get copied, and basically ignored, except the initial size of the data file is taken from the model database. So except the initial size of a data file, rest of the file properties are ignored while creating a files for a new database. The default initial size of a model database data and log file is 8 MB. So the initial file size of model database data and log files is 8 MB. Now let me take you through a demo walkthrough of a physical file properties of model database. Let's check them out. What are all the files present for model database? So if you go to model database properties, and on the over the left hand side there is a file section. We see we have two files for model database. The first one is model dev, which is a data file indicated by rows data, and it's in the primary file group. Initial size of the file is 8 MB, and auto growth setting is set to 64 MB, and growth is set to unlimited until the space on the drive is full. This is the physical file name, which is model.mdf, and it's stored at this storage location. Apart from that, we have a log file which is known as model log. These are the logical names, and this is a log file. File group is not applicable. Initial size is 8 MB. Auto growth settings are set to 64 MB, and growth is max size is set to unlimited. And this is the physical file name, model log.ldf. So yeah, we are done through the walkthrough of model database files. Now let's go back to notes. This is done. Now there are certain restrictions that are applicable on the model database. So we talk about these restrictions. The following operations cannot be performed on the model database. So what are those operations which we cannot perform on model database? We cannot add files and file groups to a model database. So we cannot add any new files or file groups to the model database. So if we try maybe model new here, let's see if this restriction is applicable. I'm adding a simple data file and providing the name of the data file as model new.ndf. Let's see whether it allows us to do so. We got the error. Why we got this error? Because it is giving us the error the master and model databases cannot have files added to them. So this restriction applies, which we were discussing right now. So we cannot add any files and file groups to a model database or master database as well. We cannot change the collation of the database. The default collation is the server collation. Apart from that, changing the database owner is not permissible. We are not allowed to change the database owner, and model is always owned by the SA owner or the system admin. We cannot drop the model database. The system will not allow us to. Dropping the guest user from the database is also not allowed. Enabling change data capture is not allowed. Participating in database mirroring is not allowed. Removing the primary file group, primary data file or log file is also not allowed on the model database. Renaming the database or primary file group is not allowed. Setting the database to offline is not allowed. Setting the primary file group to read only is not allowed. Creating procedure views or triggers using the with encryption option is not allowed. Otherwise we can create procedure views or triggers, but we cannot use the with encryption option while creating those procedure views or triggers. Why is that so? Because the encryption key is tied to the database in which the object is created. Encrypted objects created in the model database can only be used in the model database and cannot be used in the newly created database to which those are copied. So yeah, creation of any procedures with the with encryption option is not supported or will not be allowed. They are these are some of the restrictions we have studied. You can go through them once again. You can download a copy of my notes, PDF notes, from the link given in the description if you want to read it thoroughly. And yeah, we are done with this video. So today what we have discussed is we have given you the overview of model database, and we have talked about the usage of model database, and we have taken you through a walkthrough of physical file properties of model database, and we have talked about some of the restrictions that are applicable on model database. And I hope you like this video. If you really like this video, please click on the like button and do share this video with your friends. Please share your comments with us, and also please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. There is a subscribe button below. It will take only a few seconds to subscribe. Once you click on subscribe, you will see a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. I thank you so much for your time on this video today, and you have a wonderful day ahead.